In today's video, I'm going to give you my top 3 stablecoin farms for October 2024. A few days ago, I released a video with my top overall yield farms for this month, and some people said, hey, we'd really like stablecoin options as well. And so here you go. In this video, I'm going to cover 3 opportunities to earn yield and or qualify for airdrops with your stablecoins this month. Welcome back to Dynamo DeFi. My name is Patrick. Reminder that nothing I say in this video is financial advice. All cryptocurrency and DeFi strategies carry risk, even if they involve stablecoins. So be sure to do your own research. Now let's get into it. The very first stablecoin pool this month is to provide liquidity for the USDZ stablecoin on Airdrops on the Base network. And this specific pool involves pairing USDZ with USDC. And currently, partially because of the incentives on this pool and because the price of Airdrops has increased a lot recently, the APR is 30%. And what exactly is USDZ? And first thing to know is that USDZ is more risky than a major stablecoin like USDC, USDT, and that is because it's relatively new, relatively low liquidity. I know that this here, you see that there's over $20 million of USDC paired with it, but it's relatively low liquidity compared to something like Tether. And it's also a relatively new concept for a stablecoin. It's backed by real world assets. In this case, institutional grade private credit. So you can see that's things like corporate loans, auto lease financing, and more. And that's interesting because it allows you to move a little bit further up the risk curve and to earn a higher yield on your tokens. However, just understand that these assets backing it are going to be less liquid than something like cash or US treasuries. They're going to be more volatile and they're going to be higher risk. That being said, if you are willing to stomach that risk, not only is the yield good, but on top of this, Anzen also has an ongoing airdrop points program. You can sign up on app.anzen.finance. You will need a referral code, of which I'm happy to provide one. I'll provide a link down in the description with a referral code and also give you a written referral code. But because of this, you can qualify for a future airdrop of a real world asset protocol, and you can also earn 30% yield, which is pretty good. So that is Anzen. And if you look at the yield on this over time, then I believe this is an error from this 1 week, but you can see that it's actually been 20 or at least 15% plus for basically months now, and it's had many periods where it was 20 to 30% or even over 30% APY. The second stablecoin farm, also on Airdrome, involves the DOLA token. DOLA, kind of like the word dollar, is a stablecoin that has been around since the previous bull market. However, it's started to gain more traction recently, especially on Base. This pool has over $40 million of USDC paired with DOLA. However, despite that, it still is able to provide a very substantial APR of 25%. And if you look at the history of that APR over here on DeFi Llama, then you can see that that's on the relatively low end of it. In September, it had a period where it was even lower, around 16 or 11% on a couple days. But if you look back over the past few months, it's been over 15% on most days, into over 30 or even over 40% APY on many days. And what exactly is DOLA, you may ask? DOLA is a stablecoin created by the Inverse Finance Protocol. It's currently equal to exactly $1, and DOLA is created as a debt-backed, decentralized stablecoin, and its yield-bearing version is known as SDOLA. If you look in the Inverse Finance Transparency portal, then you can see the detailed breakdown of the backing sources behind DOLA. And I want to note that while they do have their own lending market known as Firm, which has backings like STETH, RATBTC, Frax, and other tokens, the majority of the backing for DOLA are their own LPs, which I do consider to be a risk. And the final stablecoin farm for this month involves Go. Go, as you may know, is Aave's stablecoin. Aave is one of the largest protocols in crypto, and they have their own stablecoin, Go, which is spelled GHO. Now, before I get into Go, one thing I want to note is that in the past, Go has had issues with its peg. After it was first launched, it eventually dropped to around 96 cents, and it took months for it to eventually recover back to $1. However, as of the time I'm making this, it has been relatively close to $1, except for a few days, for the better part of half a year. And since Go is created by a protocol like Aave, which has both a large amount of revenue as well as a huge number of assets on their own, I do expect it to maintain its peg better moving forward in the future. That being said, I still consider this to be more risky than something like USDC, USDT, or even DAI. However, yield is the return that we get in exchange for risk. And on Go right now, you can actually earn high yield simply by staking it on Aave. And this is one of the ways that they are incentivizing people to hold Go. Currently, as of the time I'm making this video, that yield is around 14.65%, down from a 30-day average of 17.88%. And that comes from a combination of real rewards and also from Aave incentives. And to actually claim your incentives, you have to use this dashboard over here on aavechan.com. And you can see that the incentives only become available once a month. So the previous round, the yield was around 20%. The current round will end on October 28th, 2024, and then you'll know the exact yield that you'll be earning from then. But so far, the current round average APY is around 16.23%. By the way, if you want to learn about more yield farms before I talk about them on the channel, every single week in my newsletter, I send out a farm of the week, which could be an airdrop opportunity, could be a DeFi opportunity, or something else. And I also send out other good stuff like tools to help you research these things on your own. For more videos like this one, be sure to like and subscribe. And until next time, this is Dynamo DeFi.